Good afternoon. Thank you so much for coming out this afternoon. I know that there are a few folks still looking to find their seats, but we're very excited and we thank you for joining us for this celebration of individuals who have contributed to the diversity and richness of the arts in our community. If you are a previous Community Arts Award recipient, will you please stand? All right. If you are an aspiring Arts Award recipient, oh no, and I am the only one standing. Okay, great. So thank you so much. We are in fine company tonight. We're about to add 6 names to that roster of people who give so much to our community in the name of arts and culture. I'm Kristen Chesick. I'm the Executive Director of the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo, and I love art. Yes, I know, right? I love art that provokes thought, evokes feelings, and presents ideas and themes in new and unique ways. In my short tenure here at the Arts Council, I have seen art that's made me smile, made me question what I think, and has provided avenues of connection to others in our community. The stories that we tell through the arts are heartwarming, mystifying, entertaining, and challenging. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Today's recipients represent at least 6 artistic disciplines, and they use their craft to enrich our lives every day. Helping us celebrate and honor the recipients are 3 performances from local artists. We have the Face-Off Theater Troupe of the Black Arts and Cultural Center. Waming Wang is a Chinese painter from the Confucius Institute at Western Michigan University. Did I get it, Waming? I got it. I've been practicing that for a week. And we also have the Canola Band led by Benji Danneman. Today's honorees will also receive a tribute from the state of Michigan in honor of their contributions, courtesy of Representative John Hoadley. The Arts Council is also giving each recipient a piece of art created by local artists, Brent Harris, Mary Brodbeck, Dave Eckhardt, and Stephanie Truitt. Let's give it up for them. It is now my pleasure to introduce former and occasional Executive Director of the Arts Council, Judy Jolliffe, and the Kalamazoo Public School Board member, Jermaine Jackson, to present our first award.
What a nice crowd. Thank you all for coming. It is our pleasure, Jermaine's and mine, to present the Theodore C. Cooper Distinguished Volunteer Award to James C. Palmore. James has been volunteering in Kalamazoo at numerous organizations for more than 30 years. He's an immensely talented artist, and he enjoys volunteering his schools and teaching those around him not only the skill involved in visual art, but also his passion to engage others through painting, photography, and sculpture. Working with youth and seniors alike, James makes his time and talent available to organizations like the Douglas Community Center, the Northside Association of Community Development, and the Ecumenical Senior Center. James is a prior recipient of the Community Medal of Art, and today we are excited to honor him once again, this time for his volunteer spirit and commitment to others in our community. Please join me in thanking James for his service and commitment to the arts. James? Today, James and I are presenting you, or Jermaine and I are presenting to James with this piece of art from Stephanie Truitt. Stephanie is a recent graduate of Western Michigan University and has focused her abilities on portraiture, which is one of the focuses and talents of James. In addition to her art, the state of Michigan is honoring you with this special tribute, and the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo has given a donation in your name to the Ecumenical Senior Center in honor of his volunteer work.
Thank you all for coming, and I'd like to thank the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo, and I'd like to especially thank Jerry Love. She's the person that felt that I should have this, receive this award. And I receive it, and as a representative of all people who find the time and to have the love for volunteering, their time for helping, for whatever the organization of that they're volunteering for to help those people who they're working with. My words are a little messed up, so I should end right now. Thank you. Bye.
Please welcome Marlo Cookston and Gabriella Contesti to present the EPIC Award.
Hello. As a member of the Board of Directors, it is my pleasure, along with nominator Gabrielle Contesti, to present the EPIC Award. Today's recipients are no strangers to adversity, hardship, and challenges. What separates these two gentlemen from the pack is what they have chosen to do with their life experiences. Kirk Latimer, Gabriel Giron, are dynamic spoken word artists that have taken talent, paired it with their life experiences, and created Speak It Forward. This program uses poetry and performance to raise awareness, challenge stereotypes, break down barriers, instill a sense of empowerment to those who are marginalized members of our community. Adults and youth alike are inspired to follow their passions and live life for today. They have changed the lives of so many youth who would otherwise not have a champion in their lives, reminding them of their self-worth and their ability to make their own difference in this world. We are all lucky to have the positive influence through art that is Speak It Forward Incorporated. Please show your appreciation to our 2019 EPIC Award recipients, Kirk Latimer and Gabriel Giron. We honor you today with a painting by Dave Eckhardt, a prolific abstract artist who uses bold color and thought-provoking representations to evoke emotion. In honor of your work in the community, this painting is called Roots. We are also thrilled to be able to bestow this State of Michigan tribute in honor of your artistic contributions to our community. Thank you, Gabriel and Kurt.
Thank you all for being here tonight. My name is Gabriel Giron. I'm the Executive Director and co-founder of Speak It Forward Incorporated. And while we feel greatly honored to be presented to this award tonight, we really couldn't be here without the support of not only our community, but the people who have championed us and been there for us along the way. We'd like to give a special acknowledgement to one of the first organizations that really believed in us and stood behind us, Lakeside Academy, located here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And its long-term champion and former CEO, Don Nitz, who's here in attendance. Thank you so much for your support and belief in us, Don. I'd also like to thank our first board president and my mother, Judah Gasmundo, who's here, and our current board member and the person who nominated this award to us, Gabrielle Contesti. Thank you so much for your belief in us, and thank you so much for all that you've done for us along the way.
Don't worry, I'll be brief. I know that my ex-wife would tell you I can't do that, but I'll try. Most importantly, I just got to say, over 10 years ago, we left the traditional track. I left my job as a full-time high school English teacher, which felt really stupid at the time. Gabriel left his formal education to start what we start today. And there is, I don't believe, any other community that we could have been in that could have received us with open arms the way that you had. And I mean that. I think we could have failed, fallen on our face, and never gotten a supportive hand back up if it wasn't for the community in which we live and support. And most importantly, we continue to work with some wonderful organizations growing as well, other sequel treatment facilities such as Star Albion Prep, Star Commonwealth, Griffin Place. We've worked with the United Way, you name it, and Renaissance High School we're also working with now, growing new programs, and we have so many of you to thank, but most importantly, to understand that there are so many people in this community who are facing adversity every day. And it is through us continuing to reach out our hands that as artists, we can do more than give art, we can give hope. Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, you guys. Very well said. It is my privilege now to introduce our first performance of the afternoon from Face Off Theater. One of the goals of this troupe is to mirror our community and to challenge it. The idea behind Face Off is this idea of taking off the mask and getting to the real issues, the real things that are going on in our community and amongst ourselves. Their work is about being vulnerable and being open. Please welcome Face Off and this excerpt from their latest production of Denise Miller's A Ligature for Black Bodies. The subject matter and content of today's piece does include strong language, strong content, and gunshots.
Dear spectators, please consider the context for viewing. So, consider the noose, the birthmarked ligature that brown braille eyes use to scan images. Retinas, finger-like, trace postcarded necks of bodies. Born brown, then noosed. Born brown, then picnic blackened. Born brown, then trophied into ear, or penis, or vagina, or tongue. Born brown, then biologied into body cam bodies. Born brown, then bulleted. Born brown, then broken. Born brown, then bent. Born brown, then esophagus threaded with handcuff. Born brown, then bracketed with hashtag and period.
Then period turns to question mark silhouette. Her 2015 body hangs. Her standing knees bracketed by bars look so much like a pause between prayer and dancing. Look so much like a 1913 3¼ by 5 cardboarded brown body with soul smoking skyward. Looks so much like alive, soaked in coal oil before being set on fire. This reverse alchemy, a living brown body, all silk and shine, then dissolution.
A not so transmuting bone to blood to ash, and suddenly 2015 and 16 look just like 1910. See the silhouette of corpse African American bodies, shot from a 1920 Kodak, shot from a 1982 Sony, shot from a 2015 dash cam, shot from a 2016 body cam, shot or dragged or tased or cuffed or pounded against pavement. These bodies born brown, then catapulted into silent, lifeless film stars, surrounded by spectators.
The South Carolina police officer who shot and killed Walter Scott after he turned and ran says an infamous video does not show the whole story of what happened on the morning of April 4th. And he says the truth will come out.
Slogger didn't know Scott was unarmed, felt threatened, and made a quick decision to shoot because he believed Scott might pull a gun and shoot him first.
Coordinates: 32.89926 degrees north, 80.01349 degrees west. Traffic stop. 32.8982 degrees north, 80.0145 degrees west. Shooting. He is menacing. She is angry. He is big. She is screaming. He is running. She is, he is, she is, he is, she is, he is.
In the McDonald case, Chicago officers were summoned by a 911 call to a neighborhood on the city's southwest side the night of October 20th, 2014, to investigate a report of a man with a knife trying to break into vehicles in a trucking yard. Officers came upon Mr. McDonald, who was holding a folding knife, and told him to drop it, Chicago officials have said. Mr. McDonald refused, the officers said, and he began walking or jogging away. Two officers followed him, one on foot, the other in a car, and called for backup, requesting that an officer carrying a taser stun gun be sent to the area.
A police dashboard camera captured the end of the episode. Along a multi-lane commercial stretch of Pulaski Road, one of the 6 police officers at the scene fired his weapon, striking the teenager 16 times. Some who have seen the video say that it shows the teenager, Laquan McDonald, being struck by a barrage of bullets, some hitting him even after he had fallen to the pavement. The teenager, who the authorities say was carrying a knife, was shot 16 times, according to a report from the Cook County Medical Examiner's office. Some of the bullets entered the back of his body.
Black trees falling in the Black Forest.
On November 22nd, 2014, Tamir Rice was playing outside the Cadell Recreation Center with an airsoft pellet gun when a bystander called 911 to report that a guy was pointing a gun at people. The bystander noted that the guy might be a juvenile and that the gun might be a toy, but a dispatcher failed to pass along this information to Lohman and Garnbeck, who responded to the call. Officers on the scene described Tamir as roughly 200 pounds and as being between the ages of 18 to 20 years old. They also described the weapon as being very realistic, even up close. Upon reviewing the video surveillance camera footage of the shooting, officers declared that Lohman fired his gun twice and struck Tamir once, within the approximate time frame of 1 to 2 seconds after exiting the vehicle. Lohman fired from 3.5 to 7 feet away, but before tripping backwards and hurting his ankle. Lohman later told another officer on the scene, "Tamir gave me no choice."
Thomas P. Wilson, MD, Medical Examiner. Opinion. It is my opinion that Tamir E. Rice, a 12-year-old black adolescent male, died as a result of a gunshot wound to the abdomen, which injured his inferior vena cava, intestines, and pelvis. Cause of death: gunshot wound of torso with injuries of major vessel, intestines, and pelvis. Manner of death: homicide. Thomas P. Wilson, MD, Medical Examiner. Dictated 11/25/2014.
Step out of the car.
I'm sorry, why?
Step out of the car.
No, you cannot tell me to do that. I'm not going.
Step out of
No,
the car.
I will not do that. You cannot do this.
I do have the right. Now step out or I will remove you.
You cannot do this. For pulling me over for a traffic
Step
stop.
out or I will remove you. I'm giving you a lawful order. Get out of the car now or I'm gonna remove you.
No, I'm calling my lawyer.
I'm gonna yank you out of here.
Oh, you're gonna yank me out of my car. You're just gonna yank me out of my car? Oh, okay.
2547.
Don't touch me.
Get out of the car.
Don't touch me!
Autopsy report. Case number OC15-030, July 14th, 2015. On the body of Sandra Annette Bland. Date of death, July 13th, 2015.
History. This 28-year-old black woman, positively identified by fingerprint comparison as Sandra Annette Bland, was pronounced dead at 9:06 a.m. July 13, 2015 at Water County Jail at cell block 95. She was found hanged in her solitary jail cell.
Autopsy. The autopsy was done at the Harris County Jail.
Found with the decedent was a paper bag labeled trash bag used as ligature.
Imagine. I am not fingernail scrapings. I am not neck or vagina or legs. Imagine. I am not a knot. Imagine you are not a toe tag. Not rubber band wrapped around your right wrist. Not black hooded sweatshirt zipped up. Imagine you are not black, white lettering, blue jeans, black boxers, 2 black shoes and 2 black socks. Imagine we are not kidney or head or hands. Imagine we are not unremarkable, not skin as thin or disposable as plastic trash bags. Imagine we are not on display, not pathology or pathologized. Imagine we are instead bats, vertical, alive, not twisted until made lethal.
Good afternoon. I'm Angelita Aguilar, and this is Marissa Harrington. And we are honored to be board members of the Art Council of Greater Kalamazoo. And I would like to acknowledge that Marissa was a nominator for this award. In 2016, the Arts Council rededicated the Arts Leadership Award in honor of Gayle Hoogstraten, our first paid executive director of the Arts Council. These awards honor her leadership and vision for the Arts Council and the impact she had on shaping our arts community. Our Administrator Award recipient is Yolonda Lavender. Yolonda is the current Executive Director, yes? Yolonda is the current Executive Director of the Black Arts and Cultural Center. She has had the role for the last 5 years, and in that time, she has strengthened the board of directors and governance of the organization, all while placing a priority on the next generation of leaders in Kalamazoo. She has placed an emphasis on intergenerational programming, new programming, and using technology and social media for communication and promotion to try and close the generation gap in the organization. Under Yolonda's leadership, the Face Off Theater Company came into existence and now thrives. She has continued the tradition that is the Black Arts and Cultural Center, while positioning the organization to be responsive to the needs of the community. The Black Arts and Cultural Center, as well as the community of Kalamazoo, is fortunate to have a dynamic and inspirational leader such as Yolonda. Congratulations, Yolonda. We honor Yolonda today with a tribute from the state of Michigan and with a print from last year's Community Medal of Honors recipient, Mary Broadbeck. The ethereal, quietly structured landscape offer a moment of contemplation and quiet wisdom, all qualities we deeply admire in Yolonda as well.
To God be the glory. To God be the glory. To God be the glory for the things that He has done. I mean, it's an art show, so. To God be the glory for this honor. Thank you so much to the Arts Council. So grateful for this. Thank you to Marissa, who is one of the most hardworking women that I know, an amazing person. Thank you for nominating me. Thank you to my parents, my siblings, family, friends, loved ones in my village, many of who are here today to support. I appreciate it more than you know. So the arts has always been a part of my life ever since I was, young growing up. My mom is a dynamic singer. My dad also, I can remember him like beating on the table during dinner, teaching us Rapper's Delight, which I'm also grateful for. Thank you, Dad, for that. And I grew up singing in church, and over the last few years have been able to create a really amazing singing career for myself. And I'm also the CEO and founder of Soul Artistry LLC, which is an arts consulting company. So very entrenched in the arts, but definitely the assignment that God gave me to be the executive director of the Black Arts and Cultural Center has been one of the most challenging and rewarding opportunities that I've had. So I'm a native of Kalamazoo, so I remember as a little girl going to the Black Arts Festival with my family, also as a performing artist, having the opportunity to perform at the Black Arts Festival and different BACC events. And so becoming the executive director has been a tremendously full circle opportunity for me. One of my priorities when I came in was to really increase the visibility and awareness of the organization, really putting a priority also on collaborating and partnering with different community members and organizations here in Kalamazoo. So I'm very grateful that I've been able to connect with so many dynamic folks. It's been a real blessing for me. Also, I just think about, really the standard that my predecessor, Sid Ellis, and Buddy Hanna, who was the previous board president of BACC, set by showing an example that you can pass the torch on to younger leadership and that they won't burn the place down. It can thrive. Yes. So I credit them for that and for giving me the opportunity to show them that I could handle it. And this comes at a really unique time for me because I'll be ending my tenure as the executive director of BACC on Tuesday, but I now have the responsibility
to pass the torch on to the next generation. So Sydney Davis will be taking over, and I already know that she's going to do a tremendous job of continuing the upward trajectory of BACC and the standard of excellence that we've set there. So my life's mantra is kuumba, which is a Swahili word and a Kwanzaa principle, which means creativity. And it holds the idea that all of us have a responsibility to leave anything that we encounter better than the way that we received it. And I'm confident that I've been able to do that at BACC. So thank you so much again for this honor.
It is now my honor to introduce Gayle Hoogstraten and Michelle Stempian from the Kalamazoo Institute of Arts to give the next award.
I was the first executive director of the Arts Council, and you can see how long ago that was. It is my great honor to present the Hoogstraten Arts Leadership Award to Susan Eckhardt. She is recently retired from the curator and director of museum education position at the Kalamazoo Institute of Arts. Susan has worked her entire career in arts education at Gull Lake Public Schools, at the Battle Creek Arts Center, at the Muskegon Museum of Art, and at the KIA. Susan has focused on the education of adults and youth alike. From her dedication to creating accessible, engaging, and meaningful arts programs to forming strong partnerships with other organizations, such as the Boys and Girls Club. She has touched countless lives through instruction, program development, and education administration throughout Southwest Michigan. We can be very thankful to have an educator like Susan dedicate a lifetime to her craft and have the passion to create programming that allows others to learn and grow beside her. Please join me in congratulating Susan for her accomplishments. Thank you, Gayle. We chose a print by Mary Broadback to honor Susan. Mary says that taking notice of our beautiful, ever-changing world makes her feel good and more in tune with the universe. We believe that these qualities of, are you ready? Observation, contemplation, and inspiration exemplify you as an educator. In addition to this beautiful work of art, the state of Michigan is also bestowing this tribute to Susan for her accomplishments. Okay.
So it'll be obvious I'm a visual artist, not a performing artist here. I'm honored and grateful to receive this award from the Arts Council. Your great work supporting the arts and artists helps really make this community vibrant and thrive. And I'm especially honored that the award carries Gayle's name. Gayle, who helped the council grow and evolve, she's a true educator who helped make magic, make arts grow in Kalamazoo, and knows the difference they can make in people's lives. So the Kalamazoo Institute of Arts, from which I retired recently, was a wonderful place to work for somebody who spends their time wondering, why is that? My sibling, who's in the audience, reminds me that even as a child on our family vacations, I couldn't pass a sign or a plaque without stopping to read it to try to figure out what made this place special or significant. So I guess it's not surprising I ended up in a museum. The chance to create reasons for everyone to visit, look, experience, talk, and think about what art might have to say to them is incredibly rewarding work. So I was blessed to work over my many years with many, many wonderful colleagues, from curators to facility folks, educators. It takes a big team to make a museum or a school really work the way we hope it will. And beyond wonderful work colleagues, there were many, many wonderful docents and devoted volunteers through the years. I'd like to offer my thanks to Jim Bridenstine for offering me the position and bringing me to the KIA and back to Kalamazoo. And to offer special thanks to museum educators Michelle Stempian and Greg Wiskowski for inspiring me with their vision, talent, creativity, and dedication for more years than I can really think about, I guess. More than a decade, for sure. We'll say that, more than a decade. So thanks to the Arts Council and its staff and board for this great event, and especially thanks to folks like you and the enormous community, excuse me, of volunteers and supporters whose appreciation for the power of art to inspire, fulfill, and transform is a fuel that really turbocharges the arts community and the many organizations here in Kalamazoo. Thank you.
I would now like to introduce our second performance of the afternoon, Ming Wang, who is a Chinese painter, a multi-talented artist in architecture, landscape, and engineering. His art is fundamentally about the complex relationship between society and environment. And today he is going to paint for us. Let's give Wameng Wang another round of applause. Okay. Art is a collaborative adventure meant to be shared, meant to have meaning, meant to inspire, and meant to endure. Today we pause to honor those we have lost this year that touch our community with their time and talents. While we know that not all of whom we have lost are represented on the list we have today, please join me in reflection as I read the list of those who left their legacy of creating and supporting the arts in our community. William C. Apple, Dasha Bridges, Donald Bonovich, Norman Carver Jr., Bruce Doherty, Daniel Fleischacker, Nan Harrison, John Richard Light, Maren Maisie, Greg McChesney, Nancy Owen, Faye Smith, Cynthia Steck. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Scott Ireland, Board President of the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo. Presenting with me today is Deneen Moulet-Koch, an instructor at Portage Northern High School. So our next award, the Adam F. Carter Young Artist Award, is a legacy award. While named after Adam, the Young Artist Award began over 15 years ago. A fund which was originally set up by Brooks and Mary Godfrey and is now funded by generous donations in honor of Adam Carter. We are grateful to both families for their dedication to young artists. The Adam F. Carter Youth Award is wonderfully fitting as it recognizes the next generation of inspiring young artists in our community. This year's recipient of the Adam F. Carter Young Artist Award is Trinity Posey. Trinity's commitment to quality work and perseverance in the theater is unmatched by students her age. She has been in numerous theater programs, both in school and community-based, and enjoys giving inspirational talks as well during school assemblies, especially this past year during Black History Month. She knows her audience and how to connect, and that is an impressive skill at any age. Trinity is not with us today because she's moving into her dorm at NYU where she will be studying theater. Poor her, right? Yeah. Accepting on Trinity's behalf is her nominator and teacher.
Hello. Trinity Posey has been a member of the Kalamazoo Children's Chorus, the Kalamazoo Civic Main Stage and Youth Theater, Face-Off Theater, her high school productions at Portage Northern, the Michigan Interscholastic Forensics Association, and the Education for the Arts musical theater class for advanced musical theater. She is an inspiration to many, and I am proud to accept this award on her behalf. I asked Trinity what she would say if she were here today. These are her words. After finding out that I received this award, I realized I knew very little about who it's named after, Adam F. Carter. I knew small details about him, but I wanted to understand his spirit. I began to dig around and look deeper, and it was quite clear that this award was named after someone whose heart was bigger than one could imagine. I went to his Facebook and read all of his posts about him. Tears came to my eyes. Sometimes there are just special people who you wonder, how does such a gem of a human exist? Well, he was one of those people. The beautiful words of many close friends struck me to my core, and he will now be with me wherever I go. When I approach new projects, his ferocity and braveness will be with me. His willingness to be his authentic self will be with me. His kind spirit that will never die will be with me. Thank you to the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo for this award. It is such an honor to be the recipient. The support you give the arts around town is life-changing, and with this scholarship, you have helped me to get where I am now, currently headed to school to achieve my dreams in New York City. Thank you so much.
It is now my honor, along with Kelly Vanderclay, to present the 2019 Community Medal of Arts Award. The Community Medal of Arts Award recognizes an artist who is a leader in their field, has a significant body of creative activity, who has received local and/or national acclaim, and has impacted our community through art. This award encompasses all art forms, including but not limited to visual, musical, theatrical, literary, performing, multimedia, architecture, or design. Today we are honored to present the 2019 Medal of Arts Award to Gloria Badiner. Gloria is a former scientist and studio artist living and working in rural Southwest Michigan. Her studio, Arts and Artifacts, makes commissioned and custom kiln-formed glass for architects, designers, and furniture makers. The stories that she tells with her art are ones of night and day, nature and human ritual, and hunger in our community. She works in fused glass, kiln cast, sand cast, and dalle de verre works, and often mixes elements like copper, silver, stone, and bone into her work. A naturally soft-spoken individual, Gloria lets her work speak for her. Gloria also loves to share her craft with others. She adores teaching children and works in schools as much as possible. Her classes are small, and she instills in her students the ability to speak through their art and bring issues to the forefront in a way that helps people empathize with the experience of others. Gloria's work is known locally, regionally, and nationally. A recent installation was a series of cast panels for a wall waterfall installation for an embassy in Washington, D.C. The medal we are presenting today was designed and produced by Brent Harris. The bronze cast he has created is symbolic of the connection between art and the rhythms of nature. Brent is a sculptor, artist, and educator at the KIA. In addition, Gloria is also receiving a State of Michigan tribute commemorating her accomplishments. It is our pleasure and honor, on behalf of the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo and our community, to present the Medal of Arts Award to Gloria Badiner.
I want to congratulate all of this year's awardees. It is a true honor to be recognized by your own community, and for that I am grateful. And to the Arts Council and Kelly Vanderclay, who nominated me, thank you. For me, the last 40 years have been a merger of two passions, art and science. But the last several weeks since this award has been announced has been a wonderful reconnection to many students, patrons, and colleagues through calls, cards, messages, and letters. It speaks to the life of an artist, not just one as a maker, but also a mentor, advocate, and educator. Thank you.
Congratulations. Let's take a moment and thank the staff at the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo, the board members at the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo, I also want to make sure that we thank the staff and students and faculty here at Kalamazoo College, especially the Playhouse, my old stomping grounds, so let's give it up for them. Public Media Networks is in the house tonight, as well as Sam Zomer. They're making sure that we've got all sorts of good film and footage for us to be able to put all over social media, so hopefully you'll be seeing it for weeks to come. And of course, the Irving S. Gilmore Foundation and the Michigan Council for Arts and Cultural Affairs. Without them, this actually would not exist. So. Will all of the recipients today please stand? All right, absolutely. We need to thank them one last time for all of their contributions. Thank you very much. To help us celebrate, it's my pleasure to introduce Canola Band, a New Orleans-style jazz band here to honor our recipients and put us in a celebrating mood. Our final performance of the afternoon, Canola Band.
So, hope you can hear me. We're the Canola Band. We're so happy to be here to end this amazing party. We play the whole diverse selection of what New Orleans has to offer, but we're all happy to also be from Kalamazoo. So, which is where our name comes from. The end of it is NOLA, obviously New Orleans, Louisiana, but the front end is the KA from Kalamazoo. So we're representing both ends of the spectrum. Yeah. He didn't know that until last year. Speaking of, we have Joseph Stoltz on the trombone. You might know him from a while back from Knee Deep Shag. Jeff Maley on the drum. He teaches here at Kalamazoo College, along with Purdue University. He's a graduate of Western Michigan, Chance Hewitt. He's professor of jazz piano over at Western Michigan University. Matthew Fries, an honorary Kalamazoo resident, Kalamazooian. Seth Ebersol, who lives in Lansing, we invite him over. Seth Ebersol. Kalamazoo, he has to earn his right. We're going to feature Seth Ebersol on this next New Orleans classic entitled Do You Know What It Means to Miss New Orleans? to hang out and end it, but we have 2 more quick songs for you in a medley. I'm going to tell you one of them, and then the second one you'll probably know. But we get the very, very fun job of leading you all to the food. So, in New Orleans fashion, we're going to be parading out here, right down this way. If you're part of this aisle, you can file out right past us. If you're over there, you can just run over behind us. But we're going to have fun. We're going to start with the Louisiana State, that was dubbed the Louisiana State song. It's something that you might remember from your childhood. Do we all know the song, You Are My Sunshine? Yeah. On a day like this when we're honoring so many great people, we want to acknowledge the beauty that we have in our community, correct? Yeah. So there's gonna be a sing-along section, so please don't be afraid. We're gonna sing. So if we gotta sing, you gotta sing. So we'll do a little bit of that, and then we're gonna go right into a New Orleans classic that you can sing along with, you'll know it. And we thank you. Thank you so much to the Arts Council for doing everything you do. Thank you for all of the amazing people honored today. We're just very honored to be here celebrating with you all. Thank you again. This is You Are My Sunshine.